What's good? It's your girl Emma, also known as Vancouver Foodie, and we have a very special episode today because we're doing part 2 of the viral brown sugar ice cream boba bar viral boba ice cream bar series. I didn't think there was gonna be a part 2, but guess what? Because the brown sugar trend is still going strong, the companies have expanded their reach. Other companies have tagged along on the ride and even expanded to a few other products that are not even brown sugar boba. And I know a lot of you love taste tests and also trying new products. So I have your back in this episode. I'm telling you, check it out right here. We have 5 different products to try out. But before we even get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Reese Canada for sponsoring this video. It's gonna be a wild ride together, and I hope that you are ready. Strap in your seatbelts. Let's go. We are getting one of these today, and one of these, and one of these, and if I can reach it all the way back here, one of this. Okay, so the Tiger Sugar is an entirely different destination than the rest of the boba ice cream bars, which are over just right there in the Asian section of the freezer. So yes, they are in 2 different sections. Okay, so for the total of the 4 ice cream bars, 5, is $40.32. Yeah, 5 items. And take into account that 2 of them, I believe, or 3 are discounted, so it might just give or take $40, $45 at the end of the day. Okay, so our first one is going to be this Tiger Sugar one, which is my favorite brown sugar boba in town. It originated, I believe, in Taiwan and then expanded to Hong Kong, and that's where I had my first cup of brown sugar from Tiger Sugar. And I waited 2 hours. I think the first time they ran out, this was like 1 or 2 years ago, but I ended up going like 2 or 3 times when I was there. It was that good because they have that fullness of the caramelized flavor of black sugar that they don't have anywhere else really. This is the bar. Whoop! A little close up. Here you can see the jelly or the pearls a bit more. It has a rectangular shape to it, almost like the A-Chino one, the A-Chino brown sugar. Some of the brown stripes reminiscent of the drink itself. Shout out to the emergency truck going over there. But also has a little bit slight divots like the other bar from A-Chino. Shall we taste this? Shall we? Yes.
This is not a message from the Reese Society, because the Reese Society does not exist. If you want to know more about the Reese Society, you cannot. So do not bother visiting DoNotJoinTheReeseSociety.com. It will not tell you how you can join a secret society dedicated to Reese peanut butter cups. There's nothing exciting about it. It would have to exist to be exciting. End of transmission about nothing.
As much as I would like it to, it's almost like a slightly more bland version of the A-Chino, but these jelly-like pearls, they're like square. Sorry, you can't really see it. Can you see it there? They're a little square, and they're not circular. So they're definitely not as like chewy as they are light. This is just like a light version of the A-Chino bar. Surprisingly, it doesn't taste as much like the drink itself, which I would totally prefer getting the drink on its own versus this. But I do think I like the winner from last videos more than this. I'm surprised. But the jelly like pearls are pretty good here. Fun fact, you might be wondering, what's the difference between black sugar and brown sugar? So supposedly, black sugar has more nutritional content than brown sugar. Let me just read this out. I screenshotted that on Google. Black sugar has a few more benefits, and the benefits include Oh, black sugar contains molasses plus potassium, iron, calcium, and other minerals. So it's not as processed. Oh, so there's a little bit of health benefits here, you know what I'm saying? Well, it doesn't hurt to have another bite then. All right, let's get to the next bar. Okay, so next up we have the salted egg yolk and boba ice cream bar. So no brown sugar in this one, but instead you have the salted egg yolk. And this is by the same brand called A-Chino as many of like the 4 other brands in the first video. So clearly they have expanded their repertoire to other flavors, but they're still leveraging the boba concept for these ice cream bars. Oh, baby, that looks like an orange creamsicle. Also has a slight divots. You got a thick, you know, little stem to hold on to, popsicle stick, a stem. You can see that the pearls are sort of more inside here. This is what it looks. Ooh, you can smell that salted egg yolk right off the bat. That's a nice woof of it. So similar shape as the original one and has a little slight rounded top. Heads up, I've already tried a salted egg yolk bar without the boba, in blue packaging, and actually was very disappointed in that one. I ended up not eating it because it was too savory for me and too strong. So I hope that this would be a nice balance and not too overpowering. Shall we give it a go? Salted egg yolk is like literally one of the top trending food items of this generation. Beg to differ, beg to differ. Who begs to differ? I don't know. Wow, it's got a cream cheesiness to it. Like it's not straight up cream anymore. Like a little slight tang. I think that is the secret to balancing out the strength of the salted egg yolk that is supposed to be more savory on its own. This I can eat. This I am all about. It's a little more sugary. Ooh, this one's like sugary, creamy, with a slight savoriness, not necessarily salty, where it's like salted egg yolk, but you got that nice golden flavor to it. It's a richness of the egg yolk itself. And then you have the pearls, which are also not circular, but they're tiny little squares. And they're really soft, not hard at all. Very similar, smaller but chewier than the tiger sugar rectangular pearls. I wonder if it's the shape itself of the square or the rectangle that actually helps keep its like softness rather than getting all hard and dense. This is quite palatable. I'm into it. The brown sugar pearl. It's not just pearls, it's definitely brown sugar pearls, even though it doesn't say brown sugar on the package. Pearls itself, yes, is made out of brown sugar, but this one's definitely more emphasis on the flavor of the brown sugar in the pearls. I really like this. And the color is really nice. It really looks like an orange creamsicle right here. Highly recommend. Okay, we have our third bar here, which is the Matcha Brown Sugar Boba Ice Cream Bar, also by A-Chino. A-Chino be coming through with the really good ice cream bars, you know what I'm saying? But look at this packaging, it's super vibrant. You have that strong, almost like Shrek green for matcha. It looks pretty cool to me. I wonder if it's gonna look the same when I open the package. But yeah, this one has brown sugar incorporated into it. So let's get to it, shall we? Yeah, that green is strong in color. It's almost like a deep evergreen meets Shrek. If Shrek was a popsicle, this is what it would be. Same style, rounded top, divots in the center. They're all pretty consistent. I think they've really, you know, made it a unified shape. Whereas the other ones, like the pudding bar and the oolong one from the previous episode, it's more of a rectangular shebang, so it's not the unified divots kind of thing. It's a thinner popsicle stick, that's what I noticed as well for this one, but let's get to the taste test. Whoa. Wow. That is strong. Like, that matcha is strong. I feel like I just had a caffeine shot from that first lick. It's got a bitterness to the matcha, a floral aftertaste. It's a little too bitter for my liking. Matcha is supposed to be slightly bitter, but it's not supposed to be the first thing that comes to your mind or the thing that overwhelms your palate. It's just supposed to be like an element of matcha. So it might be too strong for me. Ooh! You know when people say it's like earthy? This is literally earthy. And I think the brown sugar itself, it strengthens that flavor because of that deep molasses sweetness. The pearls are exactly the same as the one in the salted egg yolk one, because same company, they probably just use the same boba pearls. Really light and chewy for the pearls. I always like the pearls. Yeah, nothing to complain really. Woo! That is intense. Maybe don't eat this before you go to bed if you can't take any caffeine, because I feel like I just bumped my sleeping hours to like 3 a.m. tonight. This is high impact popsicle, I'm telling you. Woo! Okay, we have bar number 4, which is also A-Chino, and as you can tell, the packaging is a little thicker in the lengthwise, and there's only 3 bars instead of 4, which all the other packages have definitely 4 in them. So maybe it's a bigger bar, or just a more fully loaded bar to justify the lesser quantity. But I'm excited. I love pineapple cake. It's very reminiscent of Taiwan. Like, when you go to Taiwan, you have to eat pineapple cakes. If you go to like Sunny Hills, I believe, you'll probably get to enjoy a free little pineapple cake with, I don't know, like a tea or hot water. But oh man, eating in Taiwan is a thing of its own. Oh snap, this melted a lot. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh no, what happened here? Look at it. Okay, you have a casing, I believe it's white chocolate or probably like pineapple cake on the outside, and you've got some like dusty bits, almost reminiscent of the pineapple cake, kind of like crumbly topping pastry. It smells very fruity, which is nice. I think my bar totally fell through or melted really intensely, so that's why you're missing this whole part, but we'll get to it. It happens. But this is probably what it's supposed to look like full on and be filled all the way to the top. It's a nice golden light yellow. It's a faded yellow color. Faded yellow color, almost looks a bit like, how do you say it? I'm lost for words. I think I'm just having a sugar rush, to be honest, right now. Oh my goodness, this thing is dripping big time, but it's so good. The light crispy white chocolate based shell, it just snaps, and you got, it's almost like that fresh fruit flavor of pineapple candy or pineapple cake, because remember pineapple cake, it's almost like a candied pineapple, slow cooked, caramelized a bit, sweetness comes through. I love this bar. Okay, like those little bits of the pineapple cake pastry on the outside, they come through too. Oh, I think they have a pineapple jelly on the inside, which gives a little slight crunch. And you know how pineapple sort of has a, what do we call it, a stringiness to it because of all the little fibers? You have that when you bite through. I'm very impressed with this. And the creaminess is not too heavy. I'm surprised. The flavor of pineapple cake is definitely there. Pastry-like, sweetened pineapple flavor, and not too heavy. Wow, I could eat this whole bar if I could right now, but I have one more bar to taste. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, our last but very not least is the Ube flavored Melona bar. So the brand is Bing Ray, which they make a lot of the Korean treats. And Melona is obviously a OG brand. Like, this brand has been on the market since I was a kid. And I love their honeydew or melon flavor. They also have other flavors like coconut, banana, strawberry, and they're just like straight up milk bars, but slightly flavored. And you might want to be wondering what ube is. Ube is purple yam, and you'll often find purple yam in Korean cuisine or even Filipino cuisine, and the purple is really strong. Might I add that this has 8 bars instead of the 4 or the 3, and is the cheapest out of all of them. This came around 5 something, whereas the other ones are like $8 or $9. Ooh! Definitely has that deep purple, almost like a taro bubble tea purple. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, let's taste this. This is delicious. To me, this tastes like taro bubble tea. Wow, my friend Grace Chan, she loves taro bubble tea from Cha Time. When she comes and visits Vancouver, this is what she always gets. Because you got that sweetness from the purple yam. And to be honest, purple yam, people think it's gonna be like a whole intensive flavor, but really it's almost got a more earthy sweetness to it. So it's not too strong like the other ones, but it's more for the flavor, it's more for the color when it comes to purple yam versus like sweet potato or yam itself. This is definitely very easy to eat. It's got a more subtle flavor instead of the melon flavor that they have, that it's like all up in your grill and very strong and very prominent. But this one's like a nice, easy, very easy eat. On the sweeter side compared to a lot of the other bars, almost tastes like cereal milk. It's not necessarily creamy cream. It's a straight up milk bar. Nothing else, no pearls, no extra things around it, but they are hopping on top of that purple yam ube trend, which everyone's curious about. So I'm excited about this one too. Not too extra, but just enough. Okay. And of course you guys want a verdict of which of these 5 boba bars that I like the best. Shall we do a little drum roll, please? It is the pineapple ice cream bar by A-Chino. Wow, they hit it out of the park on this one. It tastes just like the Taiwanese dessert favorite that everyone travels there to try. Like, oh man, they really hit it off with that pastry crumble on the outer side of the coating. Definitely not as fully loaded as it looks on the package, but they have that thin, crispy bite of that white chocolate casing on the outside, and then they have the tiny pineapple jellies that taste just like the filling of a pineapple cake, like a little sweet, cooked down, reduced a bit more. And then, oh, just everything all together. It's not too heavy, on the lighter side. All the flavors worked well together. They really had to hit it out of the park on this one. So highly recommend trying this pineapple cake ice cream bar by A-Chino. And my runner-up would be this salted egg yolk boba ice cream bar, also by A-Chino. They are just simply hitting it out of the park with all these flavors. Matcha, to be honest, I wish they didn't make it as bitter or earthy, but this salted egg yolk one, this made sense. It wasn't too overpowering on the savory side of the salted egg yolk itself. Like, it was a little bit of everything, and definitely hit it home with the dessert sweetness, where everything works together. And the boba, it's not too hard, it's like jelly, soft, smaller, very palatable. This one's a unique one, very outside of the box. Like, they definitely spent time developing this recipe. This is a hard one to nail when it comes to salted egg yolk. because it can be too overpowering at times. But I like this. I like these two a lot. And you can get all these flavors straight up at Walmart Supercentre in Richmond. I thought I would have to go to hit up TNT as well, but turns out they have all of these and the ones that I tried in the first video there as well. It's in the Asian snack section of the freezer, and the Tiger Sugar I know is at it's like 500 meters. 500 meters, just kidding. It's like a 2-minute walk away. You can see it from a distance, but they are all there and they are all fun. A side tidbit though is I really enjoyed the Melona Ube because first of all, it's more affordable. You have more bars to accommodate for more people. You have 8 bars instead of 3 or 4. That one's a fun one. I loved how they went on the trend of the sweet potato, purple potato ube trend. And that one's just a simple eat, not too intense in any way, not too outside the box. So if you want to go for a non-fancy, like simple dessert, go for that one. But these two, highly recommend doing taste tests with your family and friends. Or just straight up yourself, because it's fun. Alright, see you next time. Peace, y'all! Hey you, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, feel free to hit subscribe, like, or even place a comment below. And if you want to stay tuned every Friday, make sure you hit that notification bell. See you next time.
Let's lay here and waste our time. I'm gonna love you like crazy. Waste our time. Waste our time.